Now, we all know that there's no love lost between Lennox Lewis and Anthony Joshua, or Lennox Lewis and Eddie Hearn for that matter. And here we have another example. Now, Lennox Lewis says some stuff here which is nonsense, but he also says some stuff which I agree with. So I'm going to quote him with the nonsense first. He said, "Get off Eddie Hearn's narrative and open your eyes. I only became a hater, quote unquote," and he's talking about a hater of Anthony Joshua, "after I criticized them for not making the Wilder fight for Undisputed when they had the chance." Now, that is absolute nonsense. Deontay Wilder turned down the Anthony Joshua fight. He was offered over $100 million. So Lennox Lewis fell for the PBC narrative. And in fact, Lennox Lewis was commentating for PBC during that particular period. So he was brainwashed by the PBC cult, however you want to describe it, into believing stuff that was just complete nonsense. Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn, DAZN, the actual network, made several offers to Deontay Wilder, but the final offer was for over $100 million, and Wilder turned it down. That's a fact. Okay, so Lewis is way off there. But when he goes on to say the following, he says, "Okay, Eddie, I know this is the promoter in you speaking, so I'll break this down as the boxing fan I am. If AJ beats Ngannou, which he should, does that elevate him to a shot at Undisputed? Beating Wallin and Ngannou, there's a much better case for the winner of Parker and Zhang. And if AJ gets through Ngannou and Usyk wins Undisputed, is the appetite for Usyk Joshua 3 out there?" This is something I agree with. These are good points. And I did say in one of my recent videos that if the winner of AJ Ngannou gets a shot at the winner of Usyk versus Fury, the winner of Usyk versus Fury should be stripped of the IBF belt because the mandatory against Filip Hrgović is long overdue. Hrgović earned his spot by beating Zhilei Zhang. And so that takes precedent over Anthony Joshua getting a shot at the unified or undisputed heavyweight titles. I forgot to mention, and some people in the comments did point it out, rightfully so, that the winner of Joseph Parker, Zhilei Zhang, also is in a mandatory position, and therefore they should get their shot at whoever wins out of Usyk and Fury before Anthony Joshua or Francis Ngannou. Absolutely, I 100% agree with that. In case anyone was thinking that I was somehow making an excuse, it's okay for AJ or Ngannou to leapfrog the likes of Joseph Parker and Zhilei Zhang. I'm not saying that whatsoever. It just slipped my mind for a second. It happens. I do so many videos. I'm thinking about so many different things. Absolutely, they should expedite mandatory shots that the likes of Hrgović and the winner of Zhang Parker have long before Anthony Joshua gets a shot. Unless AJ wants to step in and fight in the final eliminator himself, which is what I was hoping for, by the way. Because after that Wallin fight, he's been moved up in the rankings by several sanctioning bodies. And so he's in a position now where he could fight in a final eliminator. He could fight against whoever. Filip Hrgović, Zhilei Zhang, Zhang's now fighting Parker. He could fight Martin Bakole. He could fight Frank Sanchez, etc., and get himself into a mandatory position. Now, with all that being said, there's nothing wrong with champions making voluntary defenses. Not every defense is going to be a mandatory. And so if the winner of Usyk Fury doesn't have any immediate mandatories, and they should obviously fight Hrgović, as I've already said, if they didn't have any immediate mandatories, there's no issue with that person then having a voluntary against Anthony Joshua per se. He's highly ranked. He's a former heavyweight champion. He's coming off wins now. So I'd have no issue in principle with AJ being a voluntary defense for whoever, Usyk or Fury. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section below.